All good things must come to an end.
I say, piss on you, you self-centered, egotistical, self-righteous son of a bitch! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
In wrestling, the most popular tag teams eventually have to split up, and these breakups can often be quite sad.
The fans broke down and cried, so many of them. They really loved Booker T and Goldust together. It was something special.
From heartbreaking betrayals.
What? Oh my God! I'm not believing this!
To emotional farewells that drew tears.
I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
Today, we highlight 10 WWE tag team breakups that broke fans' hearts.
How come my name's on this?
Given how funny Booker T and Goldust's run was together, it's easy to forget the emotional parts of their story. Raw's head writer at the time, Brian Gewirtz, wrote pretty much all their segments, so we have to thank him for the material that Booker and Goldust completely knocked out of the park with their odd couple chemistry.
We are homies! Homies? And by God, hell, we're practically married. What the?
I'll give you a bite of my wiener.
Would you like to touch my sack?
I don't look like that. Tell me I don't look like that!
Take it.
Take it. Man, I feel like a fool with this outfit on. The hell needs some toothpaste. Booker T and Goldust. Booker T and Goldust. Man, what the hell is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Goldust initially tried and failed to gain Booker's acceptance, as the 5-time WCW champion joined the New World Order stable.
Howdy there, NWO. I'm the coach. Big Kev.
In fact, dressed like that, he looked like some kind of freaky deaky Oreo cookie or something. Hey man, this freak ain't my friend. I'm his bosom companion. What the hell are you talking about? Say something else.
I want you to leave the NWO.
Man, what the hell are you doing here?
But he was quickly kicked out, allowing him to join forces with Goldust.
Catch that idiot!
Having sex with a dead body. Who in the hell have sex with a dead body? Come on. I have more ammunition in my cannon than you'll ever realize.
What the hell's the matter with you?
Look. It's me, Buck. The undercover brother.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
After a successful period together, losses began to pile up, to which Goldie blamed himself for.
But I'm gonna ask Garrett Bischoff to give you another partner at Armageddon. What?
Every time my back was against the wall, who was there? You, Goldie.
It was then agreed the two would part ways in a moment that really pulled on the heartstrings, since they were such a popular pairing.
I enjoyed each and every second we've been together. The fans broke down and cried, so many of them. They really loved Booker T and Goldust together. It was something special.
After Booker pursued a singles run to challenge Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship, things got worse for Goldust when he was electrocuted by the game's Evolution members, Batista and Randy Orton. This left Goldust with Tourette's and made him a point of ridicule for Hunter and Ric Flair.
And at WrestleMania.
The lack of a happy ending is further compounded by the game defeating Booker at WrestleMania 19 after hitting only one finishing move. Los Guerreros were flying high on SmackDown.
Hey, mamacita. Do you feel like munching on a burrito?
Yeah.
We're here to clean your pool.
Is my pool all right?
Oh, yeah, Grandma. Just a couple more tips.
Just take care of my baby, okay?
I treat her like I own her. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
But it soon became clear that Eddie was poised for the main event.
And look at this! Oh, referee's back turned off the distraction. The smoking gun! What the? Look at this! Fair Guerreros right tonight. Órale, chavito.
In 2003, he even held 2 titles at one point, so by the end of the year, fans knew his team with Chavo would soon end.
For once, just once, it's not about Eddie.
This began after the duo continued to lose matches, which led to some disagreements which saw Chavo act heelish.
You're sinking low just like you did when you were on drugs and alcohol. You make me sick.
This forced Eddie's brother and Chavo's father, Chavo Sr., to get involved.
Sometimes my temper gets the best of me, Gardner.
When Chavo Classic couldn't help matters, Kurt Angle tried to repair the damage.
You don't control your Latino heat. You let your Latino heat control you, Eddie.
However, he kept making things worse, which infuriated Eddie, since he was being cost matches while his relationship with Chavo broke down more and more.
Listen, I should have never stuck my nose in your family's business. You really know what I want? What do you want, Eddie? I want you to get out of my business.
But this was all Angle's plan, since he saw Eddie as a threat, given that Guerrero and Kurt were 2 of SmackDown's top stars. Therefore, if Angle kept Latino heat busy with Chavo, Kurt might have a clearer path to regaining the WWE title. But we know what eventually happened there. Before all that though, Chavo destroyed his uncle in dramatic fashion to put an end to Los Guerreros. Eddie's friendship with Rey Mysterio stretches to before their WCW days. They had an iconic rivalry back then, but by 2005 they became partners in WWE, and even though they quickly won the tag titles, there was always a sense of friendly competition between the two.
We get a little replay from last week, and Rey has the tag team gold. The referee's coming too. The referee, look at Eddie. Oh, see the cookie jar.
Though Eddie just couldn't defeat Mysterio one-on-one. You could tell how each loss got to Guerrero more and more, but perhaps a loss on the grandest stage at WrestleMania 21 was the final straw. However, Eddie didn't snap there and then, since he and Rey still held the tag belts, though he kept losing his cool in different ways.
Got him! There's one! There's two! What the heck? Eddie? What? Eddie's pulling his stack!
You know how much I wanted this for you?
Well, show me,
Don't
man.
question me, man. Don't question our friendship.
Latino Heat then put hands on Rey after they lost the tag straps, but didn't snap completely and begged for forgiveness the next week. Sure, they'd lost the titles, but perhaps now they could end their team amicably and each go their separate ways while staying friends.
Sometimes you're not 100% up here. There's something I do know. You're 100% in your heart. That's what counts for me.
Unfortunately for Rey, Eddie's trademark Latino Heat temper finally ignited once again.
Eddie, come on, Eddie! Eddie, reach out! Come on! Eddie! Hey!
Mysterio got absolutely decimated. It was a gruesome scene, but one of the all-time best SmackDown angles. Fans in attendance were absolutely horrified, as a stunned silence overcame the entire arena.
There's no doubt that Eddie Guerrero has nothing but disdain for Rey Mysterio.
Rey and Eddie would go on to have one of the Blue Brand's greatest ever feuds, which drew massive television ratings.
Get on your knees and beg me not to tell the truth.
He's gonna hurt our kids? Rey is a good man. He's a good father.
Rey is not your father. I'm your father, Dominic.
Is it true, Dad? Is it really true?
I'm your puppy.
They proved to be good friends, but even better enemies. Mysterio's partnership with Batista was born directly from the two men's friendship with Eddie, as they won the tag team titles a month after Guerrero's passing. They were a fun team whose initial run was cut short due to Batista's injury in January 06. Mysterio and the Animal teamed again in 09.
So Big Show, Chris Jericho, I'm here to let you know you're not going to have those tag team titles for long. Because my partner and I, we've got your number. And his number is 619. The high-flying, death-defying, the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio.
Hey, look, man. Whatever happens, happens, man. You know I love you, man.
After failing to capture tag team gold, they squared off as respectful opponents, including when Rey pinned Dave in a singles match.
Mysterio! Shoulders down, he's got him! Mysterio's got him! He's got him here! And a kick out by Mysterio got him!
It was another case of friendly competition, but surely for poor Ray, lightning couldn't strike twice. The friendship went out the window after Batista lost again in a 4-way at the Bragging Rights pay-per-view, to which he then took it out on his opponent Mysterio after the bell, doing so in similar fashion to how Eddie had before him. But the fact that the Animal told Ray in advance made every fan's heart collectively sink in horror.
I'm gonna rip your head off.
Mysterio had no hope against Batista. He did manage another roll-up win.
On everything except perhaps hit the Batista bump. And now roll up for Mysterio. 1, 2. He's done it! He has done it!
But was obliterated in 2 singles matches with the Animal.
The frustration. Well, that right there is not embarrassing. That's pain, that's agony.
The turn set Dave up to put in the best work of his career from a character standpoint, which ultimately led to his future success in Hollywood, something WWE doubted he could pull off initially.
You're gonna run back to Hollywood when your movie craps out there. Don't come running back to me, cause you're finished.
But you could almost observe the seeds being planted after he became a heel.
I have to agree, it's the referee. Mysterio, a seated senton off the announce table.
You cost me my World Heavyweight Championship.
Look at Eddie, man.
Eddie's dead.
The APA has the distinction of breaking up twice in tragic circumstances. The first saw them become one of the numerous tag teams that were victim to the draft in 2002, as Farouk and Bradshaw were each sent to opposite brands. It was a way to put over the power of the first ever draft, while also giving a fresh coat of paint to various talent. That being said, the Acolyte's farewell really stung.
Thank you. Been real, bro. Thank you. Been real.
The APA reunited on SmackDown a year later, and they were back to their old tricks, but unfortunately they were separated as active wrestlers for the second and final time in 2004. This happened after they lost the You're Fired match set up by a heel general manager, Paul Heyman. The catch was that only Farouk was being let go, since he was legit getting released in real life because he was struggling with alcohol issues.
I didn't say I was firing the APA. I said I was firing you, Farouk. What?
But since Bradshaw was going to continue wrestling, the storyline was such that he had to abandon his longtime friend, in yet another tear-jerking end for the APA.
Hey, hold on, man. Don't tell me. After all these years, well, I'll be damned. All these years.
They never turned on each other or had a falling out the whole time they were together. It was simply brutal circumstances that caused them to split on 2 tragic occasions. Kane and Rob Van Dam may have been a thrown together team since creative didn't have much for either guy at the time, but that doesn't mean they didn't find success. They worked some fine matches in 03, with the story being that Kane was starting to lose his edge, so needed Van Dam to keep him on track, but in his own unique way.
The Big Red Machine.
But this facade quite literally only masked Kane's pain.
Christmas like that for you as a kid?
When I was a kid, I was kept in the basement, where I tortured squirrels with razor blades. You don't know me, Rob. You don't know what it's like to be me.
What's it like? Is that where you keep all your strength and your mask?
RVD then privately suggested a stipulation where the Big Red Machine would lose his mask if he got beat.
You know, Kane, you're hiding something. It's a lot more than that face behind the mask, too.
Not only did this end up happening, but the 7-foot monster turned on Rob in the process.
Oh my God! No!
Kane's tragic story continued while Van Dam had failed to tame the Big Red Machine, though he tried so hard attempting to humanize the monster.
It was my idea for you to take the mask off. You don't need it. You do not need to hide behind that mask.
Who in turn only became more devastating after first removing his mask.
Feel my pain, Rob? Remember? Remember what happened to my good friends AR? Huh?
It had been a staple of his identity for so long. Without it, Kane truly had nothing left to lose. Kane had been down a similar road before, but what was different about his team with X-PAC was how it ended. Prior to this, the two made one hell of a team.
Kane has never had a heart until he met X-PAC.
They were on the same wavelength for a while, before X-PAC began to see himself as the weak link.
I'm sick of being the weak link, and I'm sick of letting you down, man. I'm sick of it.
They agreed to end the team before X-PAC went back on this by seemingly allowing Kane to become an official member of D-Generation X.
Kane has got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Though it was all a ruse, as X-PAC low-blowed the Big Red Machine to put the final nail in the team's coffin.
The Big Red Machine. Oh no! What? That was a low blow from X-PAC to Kane in the X-Factor!
Tragedy continued for Kane when his girlfriend Tori also stabbed him in the back so she could get with X-PAC.
What? Oh my God! I'm not believing this! And there's Tori, that Jezebel that broke Kane's heart, that Jezebel that broke Kane's spirit.
Kane would get his revenge. But this whole situation only added more pain to his tragic story arc.
Kane wants X-PAC. Kane wants anybody in front of him. No! Oh God! What a choke slam on the Jezebel!
Around the same time Kane and X-PAC were splitting up, The Rock and Mankind had formed the Rock and Sock connection. Though the Great One was an unwilling participant, he and Foley still won the tag titles multiple times in their brief stint together, and within that time they showcased their tremendous chemistry.
Rock is the front end, Mankind is the rear end, but not just any rear end, Lillian. Mankind is the people's rear end.
You misplaced The Rock's jacket? Mark, I hate to see the pain in your eyes.
Don't you ever. And The Rock means talk about The Rock's testicles again.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Despite their contentious past, their frenemy relationship worked wonders.
Mr. Rocco! You smell what The Rock is cooking?
Mankind, how do you feel?
It doesn't matter how I feel, Michael Cole.
What about the attack here in the boiler?
Michael Cole, know your mouth and shut your roll while the dozens and dozens of Mankind's fans all chant his name. Finally, Mankind has come back to Harvard.
Harvard? You idiot, this is Hartford!
Don't you ever, and The Rock means ever, steal The Rock's phrases again. Don't you ever do that again, jabroni.
Given the dynamic, a team like this wasn't likely to last. A wedge divided between the two after jealous locker room rat Al Snow threw the book Mick gave to The Rock in the trash.
Yes, could this be the end of the Rock and Sock connection? Look at these two! Is the Rock and Sock connection exploding?
I say, piss on you, you self-centered, egotistical, self-righteous son of a bitch!
Whoa.
It's
no more Rock and Sock connection, no more Rocco, no more you stealing The Rock's catchphrase. I don't want to steal. You wanting to be like The Rock, no more of that.
Rock and Sock disbanded shortly thereafter, but fans will fondly remember their short, iconic run, which featured plenty of memorable moments. In 2016, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens were two of the best defined characters in WWE at the time, so fans just knew putting them together would lead to pure gold.
At WrestleMania, the tears of Jericho could use that silly scarf to wipe his
Button? I need that button. Thank you. I need about 25 more cents. Come on. What? 20. Dry clean is expensive. Come on.
The best man won.
Men.
Yeah, two friends sometimes.
It's okay. The best man won.
Hilarity ensued each week, as the tandem were the best thing on the show for half a year.
You're the GOAT! You're the donkey! Yeah, fine, I don't care! Canada!
Me as WWE Universal Russo. Whoa!
You're so smart too, because English is your second language.
That's
Everyone
true.
forgets that.
The hug of Jericho. Bring it in, man!
But given Jericho and Owens were top singles stars, it was only ever a matter of time before they broke off and feuded.
Told you not to come down.
I was trying to help!
You didn't help!
I was trying to help!
You caused me to
What the hell is going on here?
Thankfully, the split was handled very well, since both wrestlers crafted much of the story themselves, with help from their writer Jimmy Jacobs.
I know who's at fault for us losing at Survivor Series last night.
So do I.
Yeah, I do too.
I know. I'll tell you whose fault it is. Roman Reigns!
The critically acclaimed Festival of Friendship was their last hurrah as a unit.
How come my name's on this?
It was a superb, emotionally charged breakup.
And the second you accepted the match against Goldberg on my behalf, that second you went from a tool to a burden and you had to go.
You know what happens when you betray Chris Jericho? You just made a list! A fan of Jericho. He was marking out, man!
Chris and Kevin's feud lost steam after a poor WrestleMania encounter, which was originally slated to be one of the main events for the Universal title. However, it ended up being for the US belt in the second match on the card.
Had us on second on WrestleMania, which was the writing on the wall that they didn't care about the feud. And I just knew that this is time. It's time for me to go.
Despite this, we'll never forget all their amazing work up until Mania, especially Owens' iconic betrayal. For our last example, we're going to highlight a personal real-life moment that acted as the farewell for Sheamus and Cesaro. Even though it took place a while after they'd stopped teaming, it was such an emotional interaction we just had to include it. To set the scene, the Bar were initially single stars put together without much direction. However, they proved to be a perfect match as a tag team. You could tell they were great friends behind the camera, and this translated brilliantly on screen. Injuries and being put on different brands later spelled the end for the Bar, as each performer resumed their singles careers. They never received a formal farewell on the show, but we did get to see them share a candid moment together during a behind-the-scenes documentary on the 2021 Fastlane pay-per-view. Sheamus had just wrestled the highly physical epic match against Drew McIntyre. Then after the bout, Cesaro was there to greet Sheamus, as the Celtic Warrior got emotional interacting with his friend and former partner.
Dude, man, I love this, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I miss you, man. Thank you, man.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our similar video on WWE screwing wrestlers out of their own ideas. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.